a big mouth. Okay. You want me to go first? Yeah, okay. All right, bear with me. Oh, I should have grabbed the tissues, actually. Let's grab the tissues. Okay. Okay, thank you for being here today to celebrate the life of an incredible man, my dad. There's a quote that says, "It's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." And if you knew my dad, you know he packed a whole lot of life into every single day. Thank you. Dad was the kind of man who lit up a room, not just with his smile, but with his warmth, his humor, and his unforgettable laugh. He loved his family fiercely, and we always felt that love. Whether it was coaching from the sidelines, manning the grill at a family cookout, teaching me how to fish, playing jailhouse rummy, providing a deep appreciation for music, or the in-depth and many times emotional discussions around a bonfire, he showed up fully, proudly, and without hesitation. He was a helper by nature. Dad never looked the other way when someone needed a hand. He was the guy who'd stop on the side of the road to help a stranger change their tire or move a broken down car. Mow the neighbor's lawn, lend a listening ear because he knew someone was having a rough week, help move his family across the country, or even remove, this is an inside one, remove deceased animals from her property because his daughter could not. That kind heart of his, it never turned off. He was also the jokester, always quick with a one-liner, a pun, or some completely goofy dad joke that he knew would make us groan and smile all at the same time. His humor brought much light into our lives and to all of yours. He reminded us that it's okay to laugh, especially when things are tough. Dad found joy in the simple things. He loved the crackle of a bonfire, taking the back roads to possibly discover a new place to explore, the buzz of a good crowd at a local bar with live music, the thrill of a close game, no matter the sport, and the comfort of a delicious local meal, preferably shared with the people he loved. He was always in his element when surrounded by laughter and love. But of all the roles he had in life, being Papa, Ninja 3, to his granddaughters was his favorite. They were his pride and joy. He spoiled them shamelessly and made sure that they knew just how deeply they were loved. Dad worked as a prison guard, a job that's more than just a title. It's long hours, unpredictable shifts, and an ever-present weight that doesn't go away when you walk through your front door. Our dad chose this path to provide for us, to make sure we had everything we needed, even if it meant he had to miss some of our firsts. He often said how fortunate he was to be able to experience many of Erilyn and Anara's milestones. Their first steps, first words, graduations from kindergarten, music recitals, and so many more. So Dad, thank you for showing up, for loving them the way you did. It's so good. It is so good. Okay. Sorry. And for letting your love stretch across generations. You may have missed some of mine and Michelle's moments, but you helped make theirs unforgettable. And in that, you're giving us all a gift. Okay. My dad lived with heart, he lived with humor, he lived with purpose. And though we miss him more than words can express, we carry his spirit with us in our kindness, in our laughter, and how we show up for others. So let's remember him not just with tears, but with smiles, stories, and maybe even a corny joke or two. Let's keep the bonfire burning, the music playing, the love flowing, just like he would have wanted. We love you, Dad. Thank you for being our rock, our comic relief, and our biggest fan. You truly are one of a kind, and we will carry you with us always. Thank you. know there's a few other people that wanted to speak. I don't know who wants to go next, but Nora's like, so I guess I'll have my sister go next. But thank you so much for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. And I know he would too. Oh, okay. Love you. All right, you got this. I know. It's okay. It's fine. Let me come up with you. Do you want me to read yours? I can get through it, maybe. Okay. And if anybody else wants to say anything, you're welcome to as well. All right, Mars.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's really hard. Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Nara Ferona. I am one of Ninja 3's grandchildren. I would like to start with a thank you for all of you for coming and getting to know my grandpa. He was a delight to me. I am up here right now to share my memories with him and the impact he made on me. Let me begin. First, I'm going to tell you the story on how you got the name Ninja 3. This was many years ago. I was 5 or 4 at the time. We were in our first house having some family gathering. And I came up with the idea that we should sneak some cookies because my mom said no. So, I needed some help with that. I got my sister, Erin, and Greg, aka Ninja 3, and we stole a pack of some biscuit-like cookies and shared them amongst ourselves. While we were scarfing away at the cookies, I came up with the idea that we should be a ninja group. I was Ninja 1, Erin was Ninja 2, and Greg was Ninja 3. And from that point on, we called each other that in cards, phone calls, etc. I just hope I would hear him call it out one more time. But life had a different path for him, a messed up path, a path no one deserves, especially him. I wish he could be at my wedding or my graduation, all my life events. But I know deep down he's standing there, beside me. Cracking the best and corniest dad jokes. I will always miss him. I will miss the food he made, the lessons he taught, and the humor he gave to me. Most of all, I will miss his smile, his hugs. I remember the last hug I gave him. It was 2 years ago. We dropped him off at the airport from his flight down here. I wish that look lasted longer or forever. I have so much regret and hate towards myself for not talking to him or being there for him when he passed, but I know he doesn't hate me for that. Okay. I'm sorry, there's more. I remember the morning he died. I had just got to school and I was hanging out with my friends, asking them a question: how do you say goodbye? No one knew the answer, which is what I expected. But I asked that question because that was the week I found out his cancer was terminal. About 3 minutes go by, and one of the other staff people that worked with my mom came to get me. I thought I was in trouble at first, but then she brought me to the back room where I saw my mom sitting on the phone, crying her eyes out. Something in me knew it was him. I was in shock for a minute. My brain tried to make me think this was fake, but it wasn't. I still can't believe it, to this day. I have never experienced this kind of grief before. A kind of grief that gets worse over time before it gets better. This isn't part of what I grew up with. There's another thing that's like, when you die, like you have 7 minutes that play in your head of memories of people, and I hope that all of you are in at least one of those memories, or in all of them. Well, at this point, I'm probably trying to hold back tears, or they're already there. As I'll say again, thank you for coming here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the service.
That was my first time hearing that. She wouldn't let me read it or hear it.
See if I can make it. Thank you all for being here today. It's hard to find the words to sum up a person like my dad, because he wasn't just one thing, he was everything. Fun, kind, generous, strong, and deeply loving. And to me, he wasn't just my father. He was my role model, my supporter, and my closest friend. When I think about his life, what stands out most is the way he showed up, consistently, wholeheartedly, and without hesitation. He had this quiet, unwavering way of making sure that people knew he loved him. He had this quiet, unwavering way of making sure that people he loved knew they mattered, whether it was family, friends, coworkers, or even people he just met. He had a gift for making others feel seen and valued. One of the ways he showed that love was by making time. No matter how busy life got, he always carved out space for connection. He made a point of having weekly dinners or outings, just us. It wasn't about going somewhere fancy, it was about being together. Catching up, laughing, sharing stories. Those evenings became a rhythm in my life, a steady heartbeat of love and presence that I came to rely on. More than I even realized at the time. And every summer, without fail, he set aside time to take us back to Illinois to visit family. He made sure we were always there for the annual summer family party, something that meant so much to him. He understood the importance of tradition and the bonds that grow stronger when we show up year after year. I have such vivid memories of those gatherings, the food, the laughter, the feeling of belonging. He loved those moments and he made sure we could all share in them. That's who he was, someone who built bridges, who held families together, who made time for what mattered. He brought that same spirit into everything he did. At work, he put his heart into organizing fishing competitions and holiday parties, not because he had to, but because he believed in the joy and connection those events brought. He had a way of turning ordinary days into memories that people held on to. When I was in elementary school, he ran the farm team baseball league, cheering every kid on, making sure everyone felt like part of the team. He'd help out at school dances by setting them up, creating the decorations, setting up the Polaroid picture stand, running the music, and making sure the concession stand was stocked so the kids could just be kids and have fun. He wanted people to feel included, to feel special, and he did that. Even at home, it was the same. My friends loved coming over because of him. He made them feel welcome, like they belonged. He made them feel welcome like they belonged. He joked with them, asked about their lives, and genuinely cared. Our home was full of warmth because he filled it with his spirit. He also had an incredible love of cooking. His wings, legendary. Truly, they were the kind of food that made everything feel better. Like somehow everything was just going to be okay. He loved experimenting in the kitchen, sharing meals with people he loved. That was another way he connected. A plate of food, a smile, a simple gesture that said, "I'm here for you." And of course, there was the music. Music was a language we shared, something that brought us even closer over the years. From classic rock to blues to the occasional surprising new genre, we explored it all. We'd play songs for each other, go to concerts together, talk about the meaning in the lyrics. He taught me how to listen, with my ears and with my heart. In his final months, I had the honor of being there. I had the honor of being there for him the way that he had always been there for me. It was the most difficult time of my life, and yet somehow one of the most profound. Because even in those moments, when the days were long and the future was uncertain, we still had each other. We still had love and laughter and memories, and I will always be grateful for that. Dad, thank you for every moment, for every lesson, for every sacrifice, big and small. You showed me how to love deeply, how to show up for others, and how to live with heart. I carry you with me every single day in the music I hear, in the meals I make, and in the way I try to care for others. I miss you more than I can ever say, but I promise to keep telling your stories, to keep showing up for the people I love, and to keep making jokes to make the people laugh. Making time for what truly matters, just like you always did. I will always, always be proud to be your daughter. Thank you. Thank you guys all for being here. My dad would be so proud to have all of you here with him and celebrating his life. All the people that couldn't be here, we know that you're always with him in spirit, just like he's here with the spirit, and you guys keep the laughter, the music, and the food always going. Thank you. You want to say anything, Dad?
I'll just stand over here. Now you thought you were crying. You know. Greg was my big brother. You know, and I thought I was gonna be fine when I came in here, but then it really hit. There was 5 of us siblings, and out of all of them, Greg is the one that I was closest to. We were 2 peas in a pod. We're so much alike in personality and heart. You know, and growing up, you know, you talk about your dad being a jokester, and he was. Growing up, he would tickle me until I peed my pants, and you know, and then they would all laugh, all the other siblings, you know. I remember him telling me one time, I'll give you $5 if you take a bite out of a bar of soap, but you have to chew it and swallow it. Well, when you chew a bar of soap, it all sticks in your molars, and let me tell you, I mean, it was not pleasant, you know. But that was Greg, you know, and he brought life into everything. Family was everything to my brother. You know, when my grandson was in a car accident when he was a toddler, Greg was driving to Colorado, to Children's Hospital all the time to spend time with my daughter and my grandson down there. He was buying them food because they didn't leave the hospital for a month. He was buying them clothes and whatever they needed. That was Greg. He had a heart of compassion. You know, he used to drive, I don't know if it's down or up, Loveland, but my mom, we moved our mom to Colorado the last 6 years of her life. And Greg would drive all the way from Colorado Springs to Loveland just to spend the day with my mom and I. We always went to my mom's favorite Chinese restaurant. We went for a walk around the park, pushing my mom in her wheelchair, just spending the day together, building those memories. And that's what life is about, building the memories, because we're all gonna go, but I want the memories that my brother has given me to pass on down to my kids and for generations to come. You know, Greg, like I said, he had a heart of gold, and he would have taken the shirt off his back for you. I don't know how many times he helped me move out of my house. You know, I remember, you know, when my mom passed away, and the curio cabinet that my mom had, you know, him and another person brought into my house, and it was killing him. It was so heavy, and he's like, that's it, it's staying here, I'm not moving this thing again. But that was Greg, you know. So let his legacy live on. Let his kindness live on. Let his love that he shared with each and every one of us live on, because that's what's going to last, love. You know, in this world, just we pass it on to each other. So Greg, thank you for being the brother you were. Thank you for being, you know, the big brother I looked up to and I admired. And thank you for all the laughs and the love that you shared with me in my life. And, you know, like you said, I thank God that he opened the door for me to go see him. You know, a couple weeks before he passed away, I was able to get to Illinois and spend the week with him, you know, and build those more memories. And I kept wanting to take pictures. I'm like, Greg, let me get a picture. I'm a picture person. I love taking pictures because I love those memories. And I'm like, Greg, let me get another picture. Let me get another picture, you know, and I am so thankful for that. So you all have a great day, what's left of it. Live, love, and laugh, because that was Greg.
Because I haven't seen you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? No pressure. I will share the slideshow and the music, the playlist with everybody. I will put it on his Facebook, on his Twitter page. And then I think a lot of you signed in, so I can probably share them via email if that's the case. I want to thank everybody for being here. I would really like to thank Jimmy. Jimmy was my dad's coworker in New York, corrections officer together, and he flew all the way in here with his beautiful girlfriend Lisa, and I am so grateful that you were here to honor him today, and I know he would be so happy that you're here. And if you see Red, you give him a big hug, okay? And then people from, you know, Pueblo and everywhere. So thank you all for being here. today, and his Griffith Blessings co-workers. So Dad couldn't retire, right? You know, he couldn't just let New York Corrections be done. He ended up working for Griffith Blessings, and this is his tribe from there, and they're amazing humans, and I'm so glad you're all here for him, and he loved that job, and I think he even won a couple awards there, so. So thank you all for being here, and if you need anything, let us know. If you haven't filled out a memory card, or 2 or 10, that's fine. Fill as many as you want, because there's lots of memories to be shared, and there's still food, and we're gonna get the music going again, and just hang out. So, and you're welcome to, you know, stay or head out, whatever you'd like to do. Okay? Thank you so much.